Hi folks, this is another edition of my show, The Stuart Doll Show. I'm coming to you live from my house right here in a warm Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada, where the current weather conditions in the city of Winnipeg are 18 degrees and with mainly sunny skies, and visibility is at 24 kilometers an hour, which is very good visibility for drivers on the road, and the winds are out of the north at only 3 kilometers an hour. And today the sun rose at 5:52 a.m. and will set tonight at 9:19 p.m. Now today is going to be a very hot day today because it's supposed to be mainly sunny skies with a high of 29 degrees with a humidex of 34 degrees. So it'll feel like 34 degrees and a UV index of 7 or higher. And for you people that are on YouTube that live here in the city of Winnipeg that are planning on going out today, to enjoy some of this nice weather, the only things that I would highly recommend are make sure you wear a ball hat, make sure you wear sunglasses, but also importantly, you got to make sure that you slather on, that sunscreen on your arms and on your face, and your neck, the front of your neck, the back of your neck. You got to make sure that you're, well prepared if you're going to be outdoors, in for a long period of time in this heat today. But most importantly, make sure you drink lots of water, because you don't want to. Last thing you don't want to happen is you to get dehydrated to the point where somebody has to call the ambulance. The next thing you know, they get a phone call say from 911 gets a phone call saying 911, what's the emergency? Somebody has collapsed because of dehydration. Can you send an ambulance immediately? Thanks. Click. So that's the last thing you want to happen in this kind of heat. But it's not just everywhere. It's not just Winnipeg, but it's also places like Brandon and other places around the province that are going to be under this somewhat heat wave today and for the next couple days. So, like I say, it's just importantly when you're gonna be outside and for a long period of time and heat like this, you gotta make sure that you wear a hat. You gotta make sure you wear a hat. Make sure you wear make sure you wear sunglasses, and most importantly, make sure you put on sunscreen. And that I would highly recommend that if you do have a sunscreen that is like say sweat proof, I would highly recommend that because you're going to be basically sweating a whole bunch, if you know what I mean. So I highly recommend some sort of sweat proof sunscreen, but most importantly, make sure you drink water and that. But that's all I have to say for now. Now we're gonna go into a totally different into another subject. Today is the start of Week 6 in the CFL, and it all kicks off tonight with the Winnipeg Blue Bombers, the 2-2 Winnipeg Blue Bombers, taking on the 2-3 Montreal Alouettes here in Winnipeg, and I'm just gonna go over, I believe some keys, to the game, that I think that, the Winnipeg Blue Bombers can improve on. Number one, they really need to get a good start, good start off the ball, nice hard hitting start off the football, especially on especially on special teams, um, not not only that, it's also importantly that they get a good start on offense too. By passing the ball, pat by starting off with their running game and at first. But the important thing is the Bombers, if they're going to establish that running game, especially with Andrew Harris, they gotta make sure that they make their blocks. So, like, if say for instance, like there's 5 people on an O line, on an offensive line. For you people that don't know, there's tackle, guard, tackle, guard, center, guard, tackle. If you catch what I'm saying. But importantly, when you're trying to establish your running for Winnipeg, when they're trying to establish their running game, is like if they need to, they may need to like say double team in some parts, like say like 2 guys double team this way, 2 guys double team this way, and you got a big enough, and then Andrew Harris has got a big enough hole that you can just go. But the important thing is when Andrew Harris has the ball, is importantly that the Bombers have to make their blocks. Even when he's running with the ball, the Bombers need to run. The Bombers' old big boys up front on the O-line need to run with him, and they need to make sure they make blocks for him. Because that's how Andrew Harris is either going to cut inside this way or cut inside that way. Y'all catch what I'm saying? And sometimes it just amazes me sometimes, how the heck, the Winnipeg Blue Bombers can just really literally just shoot themselves in the foot. But, they just got some things they got to work on this week. And they really, tonight, like I said, here are my important keys for the Winnipeg Blue Bombers, for the Bombers game tonight. 1, they need to get a good start on special teams. 2, they really need to get on offense. They really need to establish that running game first. Then Matt Nichols can go to his receiving core, and especially his go-to guys like Clarence Denmark and Weston Dressler. But Bombers have to establish that running game first with Andrew Harris in order to go to their passing game. So that's key number 2. Key number 3, especially on defense, the front seven needs to get pressure on the quarterback. It doesn't matter how the Bombers defense does it. Like if say because on a defensive line there's the two defensive ends, which are sometimes normally at a 2-point stance. So like even if you say you got a defensive lineman say coming in this way to get pressure on the quarterback, or both get pressure on the quarterback like that, or there's another way that the Bombers defense can get pressure on Darian Durant, the quarterback of the Montreal Alouettes tonight. They can also send one of their interior linemen, like say through this gap or through this gap. Like, you know what I mean? It's just simple logic. The Bombers defense has to get pressure on Darian Durant. It's just simple logic. But that's just another thing that they need to work on. What else? That's pretty much all I have to say about the keys I think on how the Winnipeg Blue Bombers really need to get off the ball tonight. So that's game one of week 6 of the CFL. It'll be the Winnipeg Blue Bombers taking on the Montreal Alouettes at IGF Field. Then tomorrow night on Wendy's Friday Night Football, it'll be the BC Lions taking on it'll be BC Lions taking on Mike Riley and the Edmonton Eskimos. And then Saturday, it'll be it'll be a doubleheader. It'll be the Toronto Argonauts taking on the Saskatchewan Roughriders, and then to cap off Week 6, it'll be the Hamilton Tiger Cats taking on the Calgary Stampeders. Now, and so yeah, that's Week 6 of the CFL. Now, here are your winners from the MLB's games yesterday. New York Yankees, Toronto, Tampa Bay, Boston, Arizona, Pittsburgh, Washington, Philadelphia, Cleveland, Kansas City, Miami, Chicago Cubs, St. Louis, LA Dodgers, and last but not least, San Diego. So those are your winners from last night's MLB games. Now today, here are your games that are on tap for Major League Baseball today. First up, in a morning game, I guess you could say, it'll be the Oakland Athletics taking on the Toronto Blue Jays. Then on the other two morning games, it'll be the Washington Nationals taking on the Milwaukee Brewers, and the last morning game will be the Cleveland Indians taking on the Los Angeles Angels. Now the other games that are in the evening will be the New York Yankees taking on Tampa Bay, and then Miami taking on Cincinnati, Arizona taking on St. Louis, and the crosstown rivalry between the Chicago Cubs and the Chicago White Sox. And then to cap off today's games in the MLB, it'll be the San Diego Padres taking on the New York Mets. So those are your MLB scores from today. I meant your MLB games today. But yeah. What else do I have to say? There's not really much else that I really have to say or, talk about today. But other than that, the only thing that I have to say before I sign off on my show is, today in this heat, sorry about that, folks. Just make sure that you're hydrated and all that other stuff, and you'll be fine today. But other than that, this has been an edition of my show, The Stuart Dahl Show, on Bomber Game Day. So on that note, this has been another edition of my show, The Stuart Dahl Show. So for you young people, stay in school, stay out of trouble, and you'll do fine. And on that note, peace, bye-bye for now, Auf Wiedersehen, and go Bombers.